Mama I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Now let's deal with a redenomination. Yeah, Papa Kuffour. It's exactly 4:30. Now near Ghana ha and a J. Kuffour 2007. I catch Ghana for say or the idea be by a friend no redenomination. Now majority of Ghana for at redenomination. I say saying. So near Tiana Kuffour be catch say Ghana sika no bibi sisi sika na yedada sika no soso enko ATM mu sika ne de in fact all my reasons inti a ye redenomination yesesa Ghana sika no ko sika foforo. Now redenomination e na de ba asechire ne sen abrofo ya research there are facts there to prove redenomination de man de ba. Now before we go into redenomination de man ba no, let me read this to you first. Yebesua there into be ready. It's very important. Now see this. So we share a year Ghana say akọ IMF abanansen. Emma nipe bi bom ho samra hene. Utie MPP fo a yakọ IMF aba MPP fo catch say we are not going to IMF. We will never go to IMF. We are God's children and we will never. Kind of for yata and a catcher, I did chin or IMF deal near ye. A man they can't ekura a yam here pa yakan. Now, IMF board finally approves Ghana's program request for 3 billion bailout. That's one. Now, IMF report, there was something in the IMF report. Me pese be twa adwene koso ansa na me no can redenomination asem no. Afa anyone who say MPP ba power. Omo that magic of lies. Debiano omutum futrogu Ghana ni. Kuffour blueprint no. The same blueprint ena ende ye hu no MPP we mu. Kokoba eni de deba omu ye maame ba akoma. What you are seeing today is not different from what J.A. Kuffour did. And J.A. Kuffour, when he wanted to cheat Ghanaians, when after mismanaging the country's resource and economy, what J.A. Kuffour did was he used the Bank of Ghana to lie to Ghanaians. Say, Otinasina analyze here. J.A. Kuffour used the Bank of Ghana then to do what? To lie to Ghanaians. And it say, Ustedi na unyabo trena wa analyze here. You will see this current IMF deal or IMF no. IMF bailout, Bank of Ghana Act to be revised. IMF for and some this can my no catch say your Bank of Ghana we no nyoma bi o ha e was a Bank of Ghana for the year and some mama iska. That means you say Bank of Ghana all along no nyoma bi anan ko so mo ye no mo nye. And so omo catch that be no omo di protect aban no. The same way as 2007 the Bank of Ghana then na anko so mo ye nyoma bi omo anye no mo di protect Kuffour aban. Now, at the end of Bank of Ghana, nanka also mu ya omanye make Addison Bank of Ghana. Now, she IMF ma esikano. Almost tro bibi our report. Say Ghana's International Monetary Fund IMF program will, among other things, revise the Bank of Ghana's Act in a bid to strengthen the central bank's independence and mitigate fiscal dominance. Almost say IMF for say sa sika omo de ma Ghana no omo pese ye ne Bank of Ghana no eye nyoma bi sene be ya ye sika sam ntotoye ene ye sika sam ahoodin ebe gina ne ye if say Bank of Ghana nya nyoma bi omo anya nti ena ma ya beduru hande e de na Bank of Ghana ye ya ama ende yasako IMF mesa kiro e de na Bank of Ghana ye 2007 e ma Kuffour eye redenomination. Remember, Kuffour, we now so called HIPIC. Me baba chiro how NPP operate. Their modus operandi are the same. They come, they loot, they share, and they destroy, and at the end of the day, they kill us. That is what NPP is made up of. So, me benyabo tell what me be say. Now, when you go to the second paragraph, it says the amendment of the Bank of Ghana Act will feature a stricter limit for monetary financing, mechanism to monitor and enforce compliance, and a clear definition of emergency situation under which the limit can be temporarily lifted. The omo person chiro ha nyina say IMF so omo hu say Addison Bank of Ghana we no de na omo ye ne say na omo ye nyama abra sebio omu nimra so also tiase ka say Bank of Ghana enye wodia enye obidia. Bank of Ghana, it was established by the constitution. Anything Bank of Ghana enye nipa ba ko dia yeni Ghana for dia. Anything Bank of Ghana se obeyi sika kura 10 cents and 10 pesos akoye bibia also about parliament ebeji permission. Other banks in Ghana you can do that, but when it comes to the central bank, the Bank of Ghana, say Addison be 100 Ghana, Addison will have to come to Parliament for Parliament to give approval for him to take that money to give to whatever institution he wants to give to. Until the moment Addison does not do that, one, we break the law. Now IMF for say time almost start to share and krata mu no. Omo say the Bank of Ghana no, omo ndim rebia so eba sika ninstoto ya no mu ntie obia omo ade omo mbra hye omo nsem no omo ye. Eye IMF we eba senia ye ma ye niko esika ho ye sika ye twa bigum ye de hye nkofo bi amanfo bi fa bi di na Bank of Ghana enka hwenkyiro bia omo ana na tewo ena na omo di sansem hunu no abra constitution e kire say Bank of Ghana it was established by the constitution and the Bank of Ghana baby biano e was some about parliament and so IMF for some who say eye Addison mo omutumi e de Ghana Bank of Ghana ye sika eye nyome bia sebio omutumi kodum pempenso bi kura na abroso enti nyoma omu ye no enema IMF and the meno ka say eye MPP Kuffour NDC MPP Kuffour do MPP almost say omunya IMF deal and so endoko Bank of Ghana eye IMF for the to hoye adwuma eye na sovereign state one ka so ye kura wo de ho na ende ye te ha no ukọ Bank of Ghana IMF are appointing Kuffour botewo a omo ye adwuma no ema eye Ghana for busa ho sa de ntra ni nyina ne say eye Bank of Ghana ejuma na nka so omu di no omu endi omu bo kro no omu ye adwirim omu ma aban no ho kwan ma aban ne ye de na opɛ nti sa aban ne ka sɛ ye koye budget ye pɛ mo tam Ghana fo sika be hyem abra mo nka nkyerɛ Ghana fo a na ade sena tam ɔse ɔde akɔ support budget omu kɔ support budget ɔso ka kyerɛ Ghana fo hefa ne ye wo parliament ye nyina ye representative at the parliament, so you need to come to parliament and tell parliament say me de sika we ma Kuffour do na aban de ahye budget nim nti mo Ghana fo me tumaso abaso mo pene so anase mo pene so and so Addison nye e basi ketwa Kuffour do ne MPP we ene Addison Bank of Ghana omo ka mutibon ho no mo twa over 40 billion omo kan kire parliament and so Bank of Ghana ansa no betumpo obeye bibia no e wo so oba parliament inti IMF hu say Bank of Ghana no krono no mo omo no mo say Ghana inti hip eye IMF eko nyina no eye Bank of Ghana na Kuffour do mo hye kire e bo krono so mo bo nyina because Kuffour do nim so ma say Ghana sika ye ntoto ye nyina o ma say ni nyina but o metima use Bank of Ghana to lie to Ghanaians to do what? Destroy us more. The same thing and about redenomination Kuffour time 2007 metro the reasons in here redenomination. Now redenomination what you are saying a day na Bank of Ghana gina so ka say Kuffour nya redenomination miria you put them side by side, then you get a clear understanding of the ecosunde. NPP ni a party bia omba power e Ghana sika no mbese no. Na atro enom di omonimti de bia no mo dada Ghana for. Ene yam se minya abotre so am for the whole Ghana. Munya abotre na menya side by side analysis we na afi muntra hu say aha. The abuko munde no enye say it just came, it is planned. That is how the party is built. MPP no it is built to come in. No mo say Ghana no. Now, what idea? Obiabe was a definition of redenomination. What is redenomination? Redenomination is a process whereby a country's currency is recalibrated. Redenomination is a process whereby a country's currency is recalibrated due to significant inflation. The words are very important and we need to pay very close attention to the words. Redenomination is a process whereby a country's currency is recalibrated due to significant inflation and currency devaluation. Yebusasa redenomination as such a saying. Abrofo na we are research no. So be another definition Uncle Famra. Abrofo anka some the word the buy na we economist o me ye definition no. Say redenomination ni nyina ne say oman bi sika sam say na nyoma boya dia kotum pempenso bi o muntumi nso ano a frɛ bibi redenomination saya den sika no hyɛ da dane sika no ma wadwene yɛ sɛ sika na dane enti nyoma yeye enti opɛ awɔsɛ ɔgye tum sɛ wasɛe ɔman no na ɔman no nyoma mu ayɛ den aduane bo ayɛ den nsuo bo ayɛ den petrol bo ayɛ den economy no collapse no the aban no pɛ sɛ ɔyɛ no sɛ ɔfrɛ bibi redenomination ɔba na ɔbɛka kyerɛ m sɛ oh wei team wei de ne jersey ɛyɛ yellow team wei no enso jersey ɛyɛ yellow wei Ashanti Gold wei yɛ Dortmund enso ɔde Ashanti Gold bɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ Dortmund abra uyi Ashanti Gold for sikasama ene Dortmund sikasama nyape but because Ashanti Gold say yellow Dortmund say yellow no or the Ashanti Gold no ebe ma hu na the Dortmund na to so no catch us say we and a kyerɛ sɛ o support Dortmund but in reality no just ye hye wase no Ashanti Gold a omu sikasama ndu Dortmund mame fambre fie obetuma akofa eya fanko ba afo jesi eya red na wafa Asante Kotoko jesi na wa kyerɛ sɛ oh fanko ba sɛ red nko ade o Asante Kotoko enti Asante Kotoko no ubusa Asante Kotoko fo sika sema ene omo ba asa omo bebo mu sika kyerɛ sika podio enso ubusa eya fanko ba omo so sɛ red ne sɛ omo sika sem to sɛn a endu Asante Kotoko. That is what Kuffour did. Into redenomination, a country will only do redenomination. Abra, inflation has gotten to the point they cannot tame it. Time Kuffour sa Ghana scano, it was because na economy na saying. It was because the economy had gotten to a point he could not fight it. Not corruption as say Ghana no. Now this is what it says. It usually involves the dropping of zeros from the old currency. Thus, the old currency is not revalued so that the external purchasing power of the old and the new currency remains the same. Now, the only say redenomination, the other say because a year old currency na e wohono sikano emfaso ni su biem no the only say omo catch us omo twa sika foforo into psychologically no sika foforo na aba no automatically the inflation ayra into obey redenomination no a catch us say sika dada no and yes sika dada no sika munu we no automatically ama Ghana sika 722 ye nyina agina abra 1 Ghana your revenue, any expenditure, we don't know how it's going. We've not made any better revenue, but our expenditure too is high. Sika yes no dos change sika yenya. And so yes I redenomination na. And as osesa sika ni din, esesa sika ni sibi atia. Why you know beka cho say bibi asesa. And it's okay redenomination. Now when I'm in a leading a year redenomination institution a leading redenomination, it was the Bank of Ghana. Now I want to ask you a simple thing. Redenomination is basically when the country's inflation levels goes up and devaluation of the currency. Sikano ebe hanta na ahodini ma. Now I want to ask 2007. Do you think the Bank of Ghana didn't know say na Ghana inflation has gone through the roof and that it has made our money then devalued? Na Bank of Ghana nim say sa ye sikano enye bibia wo wiase. Na Bank of Ghana nim. But what did Bank of Ghana do? Kuffour Bank of Ghana no, they led a year redenomination. Omo lead sa program no. Omo lead that ideology because the Bank of Ghana was protecting the Kuffour MPP government. And we ended up in IMF not because in because the Bank of Ghana knew they have messed up the economy. They had to protect NPP. Into what they did was Bank of Ghana was giving Baumia them ska. Bank of Ghana was giving them a liquidity. Omu cheska mo omu protect omu omu weakness no. Na omu kata Baumia Kuffour alankasha buying so. The same thing they did for Kuffour. In this one steady MPP, what they do normally is when they run the economy down, they either do redenomination or what they have to do is go to IMF and do what we call rebasing. These are words that are very, very common when it comes to MPP, rebasing, redenomination, and IMF and HIPIC, because that is what they hide behind. Now, institutional MPP, Ghana for the Bank of Ghana, maybe redenomination, how much money did we spend? Have you asked yourself? Can you guess the amount of money J.A. Kuffour and the NPP spent when it comes to redenomination? Ghana sikaniye daneno. Do you know? Now, before election 2016, Gandam Fon Kotna Joy News. And what did they say? They were saying a lot of things. Now, my member video went chiramo. Now, a question that John Mahama was asking in 2016, October 2016, before election 2016. John Mahama busa a simple question. And that question was that J.A. Kuffour's administration, they should tell us the redenomination, how much was spent on the redenomination and why. When John Mahama asked that question in 2016, the NPP Gandam boys went on Joy News and they twisted the facts. Why? Because John Mahama was asking the killer question that will expose J.A. Kuffour's administration. John Mahama knew that the NPP as a political party, they always lie to Ghanaians and they use words. They hide behind the word, the Bank of Ghana to lie to Ghanaians. In 2016, John Mahama asked our question and said, we have heard you people talking a lot. We want to know from you, how much did we spend on redenomination and what caused redenomination? Yanko News file and hear the contribution of the guest. And sana ba research na ma chere why redenomination and no in a different form. A Bank of Ghana na debiano they help a MPP. See this. Watch this from Joy News. This is in October 2016.
Quickly, and let's do 2 minutes each so we can move away. We can close within time. Now, the president made a charge. He spoke to a crowd and told them that he, as president, doesn't even know how the redenomination cost, and that they should Baumia, who is all over the place talking and suggesting that he knows everything, and that they are not corrupt, should provide the information. Some say that's wrong on the part of the president. Why is that?
The president goofed, and goofed big time. Inexcusable gaffe. That's what it was. There's no need to rationalize it. Yesterday, I heard some NDC communicators trying to revise the whole thing to the fact that, the president was not talking about the cost of the printing, but there were some other related things which should be added to. Then why didn't the president tell us that, look, I'm aware of the cost that went into the currency printing itself, but there were other things that were left unannounced, so we want to know that. And even that, I don't believe it was right. The Bank of Ghana is there. It's there. The people are there. It's paper trail. Everything is documented and recorded. It's an inexcusable thing. I think it was just politics, propaganda on the political platform, which all of them do anyway. But in this case, it's the president. So you take him on, you deal with it. And because it's our president, we are showing some little moderation and respect in dealing with this matter. On December 4th, 2006, the Governor Akwa then was in Parliament. If I have the Hansard here, at that point in time, he was asked about the cost. Bagbin, Leo Kran, and the rest. Even President Mahama made an intervention. He gave this answer, and I suspect this is what has gone into the mind of so many of the people arguing. Dr. Akwa, after Bagbin had asked this question, Akwa said, Mr. Speaker, I'm not in a position to give the full figure because part of the public education is being discussed with service projects. So at that material moment, the governor did not give a figure. But somewhere on November 6th, 2007, the Monetary Policy Committee, they hold these regular meetings. And I have the daily graphic report here. And a question was posed to the governor. At that time, don't forget, the project was long gone. And he was asked how much it cost, and he gave the full figure, $66.2 million. This is a case dead and buried.
If I can quickly take it off from there. Just that story was filed by.
It's my turn. Yes, Kofi. Bamia replies and says this smacks of incompetence on the part of the president. Koku says this is propaganda. All of them do it.
Yes, I think I agree with both of them. I'll add desperation to it, and because clearly, if you are the president of Ghana and he says, "I am the president," even me, I don't know. Clear incompetence. It's not possible. So either he was doing politics, propaganda, but he goofed like Oku said. And yesterday the president said something interesting, that the job market that is difficult for graduates to find jobs. Out of desperation, he says, when you come to university, change your courses. It doesn't matter the course you do. When you finish, you must have the jobs to do. So changing subject is not a solution to the unemployment problem. So this desperation that
I must say that I'm unable to verify this because I haven't heard.
Oh yeah, he won't complain. I heard the president. I won't sit on Joy FM or Newsfile to say something the president has not said. And it's there. And
So you all heard Kweku Bako. Mahama was asking a simple question. I say, Dr. Aqua, who was the governor of Bank of Ghana, came to Parliament first. They questioned him. He said he didn't have the figures because redenomination, it was an ongoing campaign. Now at a point, Kweku Bako said, Dr. Aqua, who was the governor of Bank of Ghana, gave a number. How much? We spent $66 million on redenomination. And what was the $66 million for? It was for campaign by Bank of Ghana. In 2007, J.A. Kuffour and the Bank of Ghana dished out $66 million to go and do campaign, to just tell people that we are going to do what? Redenomination. JM was asking a simple question. Now let's go back and watch what actually happened when the news media went out into the public to ask Ghanaians. That was the same time after all the campaign has done and redenomination has been done after 12 years. Let's hear what people were saying after Kuffour said, and the Bank of Ghana, they have dished out $66 million, 2007, under J. Kuffour, through the Bank of Ghana, $66 million. Kweku Bako was on news file insulting Mahama for questioning it. Now let's watch this.
The Bank of Ghana is changing our currency. From July 2007, our money will change.
Ghana's official currency, the cedi, was introduced on July 19, 1965. Printing of the notes and minting of the coins was expensive, owing the huge numbers necessitating a redenomination. The 2007 redenomination exercise is the second to have been conducted after a similar one in 1967. They were intended to reduce the risk associated with carrying huge sums of money. 12 years on, it appears education on the quoting of figures in the new currency did not go down well. Transactions are still conducted in the old currency. A study conducted by some students of the University of Ghana on the redenomination of the cedi revealed that 35% of respondents still need assistance in the use of the new cedi. Many people, particularly the rural folks and majority of traders, are confused on how to price goods and accept payments in the new currency.
It will take some time before we stop quoting in the old cedi.
When we go to collect money from the traders, they confuse us with the old currency. They sometimes give us more money than we request.
Lotto receivers still issue receipts in the old currency.
The reason why we write in old currency is that some people still use the old currency method and they don't know how to use the new currency. So they partake in using the old currency more than the new currency because it has been in the past since they started to use the old currency.
$66.2 million was spent on public education after the redenomination of the Ghana cedi in 2007. According to the Bank of Ghana, a huge chunk of the money was spent on printing educational materials, which was used in educating the public. Public education, which was done within a period of 6 months, used the various media platforms, including the traditional media. The National Commission for Civic Education was actively involved in the public education.
It came from the fact of the constitutionality of the exercise. And you know, if you go through the constitution, the Bank of Ghana is in charge of issuing of currency. So the commission, we partnered the Bank of Ghana to create awareness of the redenomination exercise for people to even know the features of the currency.
As part of the transition period, the Bank of Ghana said when the period was over and the new notes were in circulation, the Ghana cedi would simply be known as the cedi.
If I remember very well.
So, J.A. Kuffour and the government Bank of Ghana connived. They came together and they said they spent $66 million in 2007. After 12 years, people did not even understand redenomination and why they have new Ghana notes and old Ghana notes. They did not even understand the difference between these notes. And your government tells you through the Bank of Ghana that was established by the Constitution that they spent $66 million. Now let's flip the coin. 2023, we are at the IMF. We are at the IMF because the Bank of Ghana consistently protected the Kuffour government by printing over 44 billion cedis and also giving the government budgetary support, which was not allowed. Behind the scenes, the Bank of Ghana did not go to Parliament to seek approval. So when you put these two together, you realize that every time the NPP are in power, it is the Bank of Ghana that they use to drain Ghana, to drain the country. Now let me show you something. Now, Obebusa won say Kuffour dey na mani gina so eye redenomination. Obebusa won say asem no. And that was the question John Mahama was asking. Kweku Bako was sitting on news file, and these foolish boys were insulting Mahama because it's very important we get to know. And the Ghana for who say redenomination no Kuffour is $66 million. Bebre munim. Ya papa Kuffour or to wheelchair mu yan kanasem. Maybe chrawa DB. Now we say redenomination no a dear na Kuffour gina so any Bank of Ghana gina so a redenomination. See this. Now, when you look at this document, this is a research document. Let me start with this. This is a research paper. After redenomination was done, Abrofodia, they do research a lot. They take their time because they know the reason why redenomination or Krobia Bear redenomination. There's a reason. They knew that it was because of inflation and devaluation of the currency. Now, the Abrofo, they came to do a solid research. You can go and read. It's an 83-page document. I've finished reading it, so I know what I'm going to talk about. When you go online, go and search for School of Management, Blacken Institute of Technology, the redenomination of Ghanaian currency, the cedi 2007. This is a research paper. It was done by Ruben Aziz, and it was supervised by Addis, whatever you can see there. I think it's some Holland name or something. But master thesis in business administration. So this was a thorough research that was done in Ghana about the redenomination. Now, Bank of Ghana, when they said they were going to do redenomination, the question was, they were supposed to tell Ghanaians why redenomination. Is it because of inflation? Is it because of devaluation of the currency? But they didn't do it. They didn't do it because they knew when they tell Ghanaians the real reason why Kuffour wanted to do redenomination, Ghanaians will know Kuffour is a criminal. MPP as a governing party, they are criminals. And the same applies to these guys. So what the Bank of Ghana did was they put it in their statement, the reason why they did redenomination. And the Mamen Church Ghana Fomu, redenomination, and the Kudienti Kuffour redenomination. And you'll be shocked. Now, this is the reason. This is the main reason why when a Bank of Ghana and Kuffour gina so a redenomination. Now, I'm reading through the Bank of Ghana press release, and these are not my documents. You can go and check. This is a release from the Bank of Ghana. Adia omu gina so omu redenomination under Kuffour's government. The Bank of Ghana press release on the redenomination of the city stated the following reasons. 1. Simplification of accounting records and the ease of expressing monetary values. 2. Reintroduction of the culture of using coins, which will reduce pressure on banknotes. 3. C. Significant reduction in transaction volumes. Meaning can ABC ni 1 no A no say simplification of accounting records and the ease of expressing monetary values. Almost say adikudientia ya redenomination in say sene beya sika no ye boboso na ye kenkan sika emfa ye diso efrise na sika ba kono edoso dodo inti adikudienti obi redenomination in say sene beya ye betuma simplify sika obani about 1,000 and no haka krebi ya about 2,000 and no haka krebi inti enuti no mugina so say 66 million e de church Ghana for enu no mugina so de redenomination over point 2 when in your mugina so Kuffour e gina so de redenomination. B, reintroduction of the culture of using coins, which will reduce pressure on banknotes. Say na Ghana form person be use coins kra into omo redenomination send ye be pressure na paper money so no ana banknotes no eso beti na Ghana for dodo na use coins. Ye Jimmy Rough. Kuffour reasons into your redenomination, you know. And in time say ya papa Kuffour problem at Atamos Komu, Mahama Komu, Eya Kuffour, me can want to. Point 3. Significant reduction in transaction volumes. Almost say, just say, Sikano, almost ye a transaction, I say almost this sika in Sawaswa, ebia bank, ebia saloon, Sikano Dawson, intina almost per se, Sikano sote, send a Sikaka Krebino, na yes, we did and yet inflation, and yet the devaluation of the money. But you can't read denomination. It can only be done when there is super inflation and your money has been devalued. But points Wahano, it has not stated anything about inflation. It has not stated anything about devaluation of the currency. They are talking about Sikano, ya pesa Ghana for use more coins. Senebeya pressure embeda notes, CD notes no so. Oko eye number D. Also reduction in the cost of carrying large volumes of banknotes and its associate risk. For ya makai ni the same reason. Echa want tebrofo. Number 4, or say reduction in the cost of carrying large. Or say the beya amount one time sika kesiye bebrengu bagum bepe 20 million. Nani nina gubagum if you was or me and account. Me say point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. The same reason. Ni nina say almost enko for and use more coins. Na pressure embeda city so. A note no so. Basic. Unless you don't understand grammar, unless you understand what you are reading. But the first 4 reasons are the same thing. Ni say your person Kuffour day e use coins more. Say the beya sa note no pressure ambeda so and also ye kan sika ye betuma kan sika ntem. Say the beya ye kan sika bibra emfa ye ni so ni nyina obo no tofa the 4 point 1 point. Now when you go to point E, efficiency in payment system such as the use of ATMs. I'm say redenomination has spent $66 million in just a day campaign. You know, you spend this $66 million if you say na per se Ghana for to use ATM ye. Ya papa Kuffour, me say Kuffour e krom for anything that you runs town no onye ni papa. So this is how we got here. And it's that Tamos Baji. Now inflation baby war. You see, Kuffour created an artificial economy. It was a dangerous economy. Or say no. At Tamos Mahama no munimi. And what Kuffour did in 2007, 8, 9, and then the rippling effect will be affected Ghana no in 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. But the MPP and the NDC held on and they made sure say they solved Ghana's problems. Now let's go to point F. Facilitating the introduction of the use of vendor machines and car parking meters. Wait, some. Into waiting to spend $66 million. Facilitating the introduction of the use of vendor machines and car parking. This point and the point before, it is the same. When you talk about vendor machines, it falls under money transacted through the electronic means, through ATM or through somebody walking to you and saying, to your ticket to her. It's still the same reason. They didn't give you the reason because they Jimmy, we were listening to Kwekubako, we were sitting and listening to foolish people like Gabi. They were playing you people. Kuffour basically destroyed this country. Yeah, Papa Kuffour is the problem. MPP, the AC in the IMF adeno. And they say, we are mebusa MPP for question B. Na makabi bi achire Ghana for. Afeni mebusa mo say, hey, mube who say these people are liars. Now, when you go to G, promoting tourist expenditure. Yeah, redenomination because we wanted to promote tourist expenditure. What does that even mean? What does promoting tourist expenditure, what does it mean? This is from the Bank of Ghana, and these are facts. We have done our research. This platform, we don't just come here and talk. We come here and let you know where the facts are coming from. So when you say promoting tourist expenditures, what does that mean? What does that mean? Now let's go to H. Significant cost saving to the Bank of Ghana in the cost of printing bank notes. Now they go on to say 100 notes and all can be reduced to the cost of printing one single 50 Ghana cedis note. Thus, the cost of printing 99 notes will be saved. Almost say, at the Kudienti free redenomination, and they say, send a Bank of Ghana sika dodua sika omobe send wo Ghana sika dodua so no, but redenomination be boa ama den Bank of Ghana as say sika less sika isomu. Into technically no redenomination no, it wasn't about the inflation, it wasn't about the devaluation of the money, it was about tourists, it was about vending machines, it was about ATM, it was about Bank of Ghana printing notes that they will not spend too much money on. That is redenomination. So redenomination, $66 million, 2007. Owie no printing gold chain. Kuffour went to buy gold chain $1.5 million. Kuffour ambedi president obedi hine. Na adwene nyina se busuan hine no obedi ye ka kire mo MPP we modus operandi sana omotie, they come and they deplete the country and they walk. Omo we are now the president to NDC so. And that is what they have been doing for years. So I'm a format here. Into redenomination $66 million no. Sa na make kind chiremwi anka MPP atamels ana mahama na yanka ochira no pankadum de besi Ghana. Kan matama ebedi mahama. But papa Kuffour MPP. Let us all keep calm. Enye kurenti se payday entafo be die so de anka be ma santini kwase ampanyi die so aka ni kwase ampanyi die so infantini kwase ampanyi die so ye be ma sankofo ya be die so anything ye wa ha. That is the fact. We do these things, we just get angry when we read these things, the level of misinformation and the lies and kwasiafo we are catching them. So we have taken it upon ourselves to say the hard way, because in the first place they have never respected you, the Ghanaian, your intelligence, never. And these same people, they did the same thing to Nkrumah. When Nkrumah took over, these were the same dirty people who were doing the same thing to Nkrumah. Yabedu and people want respect. People are hiding behind age. People are hiding behind tribe to tell us to say we don't have the right to speak. Adanya, yakasa, yachirese yemuadie. Are you kidding me? I am a married man, for crying out loud. Me wama. Every decision I take, I have reasons. I am not a 14-year-old kid. I have a reason. The reason I come in Nkrumah as a young man, Odifia Bruchebetsna Ghana, say he wants to fight, I have almost the same reason. Do you think Kwame Nkrumah, if he had listened to his family, his friends, his colleagues, people he met on the way, he would have done what he did for us to save us today? No. Somebody has to take the bullet. It is not going to be sweet. It is not going to be rosary every day. Do you think it's easy for me? Do you people think it is simple? But there's somebody that has to do something. Somebody has to save the people. Somebody has to tell the truth. And that is what I'm doing. It is not selfish of me. It is because I want Ghanaians to understand the life I am enjoying here in America. Do you think I'm not stupid? And this is not about money. If this was about money, and Ghana, this is not about money. This is about saving the people, protecting the integrity, and saving Ghanaians. And this is the reason why we do this. What have I got to lose? I've got nothing to lose. If I turn this thing off, I will still survive and I'll do better than majority of people in Ghana. But I'm not selfish. I'm not thinking about myself alone. I'm not thinking about my family alone. I'm thinking about you. I don't even know. That is what I look at. I don't look at me. Now, Mama Chama Devi. You see, now the question to Moshemi, IMF deal, we are not sure what haircut external creditors will take. So I'm from a church in Watchremo. Also, before I call IMF, no MPP Aban we say there's something called domestic debt exchange program. Ni nyina ne say omo pese obko IMF na nyome bia e wo say ye ma IMF hu say sebio sika na ye beje no ye mbese no na ye ne ankasa so no ye hwe ye hu ye etoto ye nyama ansana ya ba IMF eno ka ho na pension fo sika nkofo we faaye eno ka ho na eye salaries ene ade nkofo we efaaye omo ka kire IMF say ye sia no ye boy bra ye ye jai preman no ye tetete nyoma bi so nti ma nipa bebre ho be kire omo. Now remember, Ghana kano, it's not only domestic, enye fie nkwa na yedeka wo. Yedeka ewa abrochire. Na nkofo so makwa IMF aba. Sesi ano, eye foreign investors. Omoso no, e was a discipline na ye show wo domestic side na ye ba Ghana beji pensioner for sika any ade no. E was say omoso ye de omoka kra chen efie de no. Remember? Now, we need to prove to them, and I say we need to meet them at a point dear ye be no nyoma ye betwitwa so no ene be kire say ye kanom de be kye anaso mo fa nkye anaso ombe humu anaso ombe reasonable. Now, o finance minister ko IMF aba ye busa no IMF ene Ghana say si am up for IMF raba ye ma 600 million mo de ka o Ghana sa ka de ka se 2 weeks sa se ka de besa. Now, some foreign creditors, and also Oma ye di omo kaso, abrofo ye di omo kano. E di ne ebe ye mana e kano sa kano so aba for because I will say yes so ye pinchi I say ye tie ho. I will say ye free bibi haircut. And then ata eye ato forcing any John Mahama mo ka kire Ghana for say any adongo e ka kire Ghana for say the painful haircut na eba no mamuntie MPP omo kano kroma say man no. Now Finance Minister na wakoje IMF first kana bana o se efie de no abonten de no so onim. Now so Finance Minister Kachiro say external creditors he does not know the kind of haircut ayebenya. One day mo be sorry no pano na akachire Ghana workers nya say mu salary 8 months ember. It can happen. One day mo be sorry ye be kacham say eye Ghana bibi to say eye ye natural resource bi no eno no ye de akosia wawa. One day you can wake up, they will tell you, say, Ghana, sika, ye debo Ghana hobra, a consolidated fund, sika demuninan, yen to me from Mwa Ghana beam. A day will come, your best run pa, or make a say, your revenues, a general port ninano, sa revenues no emba Ghana hobium, ye de ticker. As we sit now, we don't know our faith. Enti, so you Ghana now what one will say, Sanko for a 600 million be problem that's over. No. The bigger problem has not been solved. And the bigger problem is finding solutions to taking care of our creditors. Now, the finance minister cannot tell you the kind of pain that we are going to go through. And do you know? You have no idea. And let me tell you, when you weigh the foreign debt, and I say, international creditors, any Ghana kana, omo ye di omo kacha efie die no. Efie die na nsia be enwe dwuma e na pensioner fo sika koye e na ogigigi sika no. Na eba eye foreign one na. Do you know what is going to happen? So, I just want Ghanaians to understand where we are now is not a joke. A crona say, but I came here to let you know MPP, their criminality, that is what they do every day. Into the MPP today, they are using the same tactics of the Kuffour MPP. It is the Bank of Ghana, and it's not recently John Mahama said, when he's given power in 2025, every single member at the Bank of Ghana needs to answer questions. Addison and all those at the Bank of Ghana, they are serious criminals. And the mess they have brought us. When him say Kuffour, majority of Ghanaians didn't know, say, you're spending 66 million just to educate people, say, yeah, baby, yeah, ATM, sika be to ma for ATM. And the mama reasons in tia, yeah, redenomination, Ghana. An amount of money we spent. You saw the reason why Kukuba come here quick, ebe defend Kuffour, Kuffour. Because they knew that what Mahama was asking, it can hurt the NPP. Almost into what you are seeing today is the clear playback of what Kuffour did. And that is what the NPP does.
Whenever I say PENDREAM TV, PENDREAM TV, there, I see them,